Happy Sunday. Welcome back to Brownie Podcast. Welcome back. We're here to entertain. Okay, I'm just making this song up as I go. Okay.
Welcome
Happy
back.
Sunday. It's me, it's Corey.
It's
Here.
me, J Baby.
Okay.
AKA J
J
Man.
Baby. And
my
we're
hood
back
name.
with another episode. This is going to be a goodie because we watched Focus for this episode. This episode is all about Focus. Yeah, it's a favorite. We watched it
We watched it on Vudu.
Voodoo.
However, it's also available on Apple TV, Amazon, and I believe Google as well. It's also available on Google Play. So yeah, I am excited.
And also, ironically, it's also available at the library. Remember that?
It is available.
We were like,
Check your local
library. I saw it,
listings.
and I was like, we got to get this. We got to check this out. So you never know where you can find. The library has a good selection.
They
these
do.
days,
They do.
of DVDs and stuff. You can get TV shows, you can get movies. It's a lot of good stuff. So yeah, we watched Focus this week. But before we get into that, we are going to do a segment called Real Stories, Fraud Bay. And here we go.
Welcome to Real Story. In today's edition, we have hashtag Fraud Bay. Miss Corey,
I
would
like
you
that
like to talk
intro
about it a
you
little
did.
bit? Huh?
I like that intro you did. No, you're going to talk about it. Remember?
Yes, I am. It is my time to shine.
Yes, go for it.
So, it was a British show. What's the name of the show again?
It's called This Morning.
This Morning. Oh, it's classy.
Yeah.
I like that.
Oh.
Okay, so we were watching this British show called This Morning. It's a talk show. And there was a story about this woman. Her name is Woman One. What is her name again? I don't remember
I think her name was Angel.
Angel. See, I should
I
have
think
remembered it.
that was her name.
That definitely was her name. Because as soon as you said it, it rang a bell.
While you're talking, I'll confirm.
Everyone take notes on the things you watch because you will forget names. All right, so so Angel meets this guy, real swole dude, got a big social media presence. He's all about showing people the things he's got. And he meets Angel and they start having a little rendezvous, whatever. And then one day they go on a double date. So it's Angel and we'll call him Fraud Bay. Mm-hmm. And one of Angel's friends and one of her friends' dudes.
It was a double date.
Double date. Thank you. That's a better, more succinct way of saying it. It's a
You're
double
like,
date.
it was a rendezvous with 4 people.
7 people. No. So yeah. So she's watching as he goes and does the gentlemanly thing of buying drinks. But mind you, he conveniently left his
lost his wallet.
Oh,
is what
lost
he
his
said.
wallet. He conveniently lost his wallet. So she is providing all the fun for this evening's festivities.
Mm-hmm.
And she's watching him pay for these drinks or whatever, right? So he goes and does the thing, brings the card back, everything's fine. So they then have a fight soon after that leads into breaking up.
He just stopped responding.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I thought it was a ghost situation, but I wasn't 100% sure.
Yeah, it was a ghost situation.
Fraud Bay is also a ghost, so he does them all. He does it all. So he ghosts her, and I think it was like a week or so. It wasn't that long. A short amount of time passes, and she checks her account, and it's like, yo, there's a lot of fun on here that I didn't pay for. She starts to see that Fraud Bay had taken that credit card that he used that night and was using it on all other women, buying flowers, going to Paris, hotels, clothes, everything.
Let's just set so I just want to interject this right.
Go ahead.
So her name is Angel. You're
Okay,
right.
I was right.
My thing is if you're gonna be so bold as to take the credit card, so he got the numbers. Basically, he took a picture of the front and the back.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Is what they assume. If you're going to be so bold and so wrong as to take a credit card from someone just to steal, first of all, a person that you know, that's stupid. Second, you're going to take another woman out of the country? On extravagant, not just some little $5 here, $25 there, going on trips. That's all I gotta say. He was, wow. That's all. Go
Well,
ahead.
there's a reason why he got the hashtag Fraud Bay. Because he was the boldest fraud of them all. So what ends up happening later in the story is she and her friends, they take him down. I mean, for the best way of saying it. They take him down. And her friend does her detective work, finds out some evidence, basically saying like, this is him. We have his name on flights. We have this bouquet that he bought for this other woman in an Instagram picture that matches a charge on her account. So it's like, hey, obviously it was her card that was used to buy these flowers. So they go to the police. And the police is like, well, thanks for the evidence. Now we gotta get him. And they know he's gonna fly because he's already bought a flight. And Angel couldn't go, so her ride or die friends had her back.
Yep.
And they went to the airport and just waited for him to come. So when he got there, they took pictures and had the authorities come get his ass. And he never made it to Paris. So I do want you to tell the last part of the story because I think it's funny as hell.
Okay, perfect. So after he, goes to court, he pleads guilty to everything. He's like, look, you caught me. It was me. I think they give him 26 weeks and like some number of community service hours.
It's like 150 hours or
100
something like that.
some hours,
Something like that, yeah.
right? So Angel's like, I'm good. He got what he deserves. Cool. But this man had the nerve to then come out of court and be smug about what he did. So he went on Instagram and was like basically gloating about getting away with it and was like, oh, you thought you caught me, all kinds of just, cryptic little messages that other people thought, okay, this is a cool little post. But Angel and her friends knew what he was saying, what he was doing. So like he's a little too relaxed about this. You know what? We gotta hit him where it really hurts. We gotta mess up his image because he had bought likes. That was one of the charges that he had racked up on a credit card. So they're like, he cares.
Still crazy to me that you can do that. Didn't know you
I
could do
know.
that. Didn't even know that was a thing.
They're like, he cares about what people think and his image. He was always flashing on Instagram and taking, flashy photos, like wearing brand name clothes a lot. So they're like, let's take down his image. So Angel creates a thread, very detailed. She has the screenshots of bank statements, text messages, basically everything that he did to show the fraud that he was. And she hashtagged it Fraud Bay. As soon as she posted it, it blew up. Okay, it's just like, it was like wildfire. Like it went so far. People were reading it, just loving it. And you would think that would have been, okay, he's like, let me lay low for a while. No. What does he do next? He goes and says, enjoy the entertainment, and then decides to make a song called Fraud Bay. He makes a rap. He makes a rap, right?
Yeah, so this makes me feel like he got his inspiration from August Alsina with Entanglements. He's like, let me find a way to make this work for me.
Yes.
And he's in the studio with his little British rapping self, rapping about Fraud Bay. Now, I wish we would have watched that video before we recorded this.
You're
Because
right.
I really want to know what he said.
Yes.
Well, I don't even know how to find it. But still, I really want to know what he said. Because he's like, yo, I don't care how I'm going to be famous, but I'm going to be famous. So
Yeah.
it's either y'all going to love me or hate me.
You know what this reminds me of?
But my money going to come out the way.
You know what and that's what she said. Angel basically concluded with, you know what? He's always wanted to be famous. Now he's famous. Cool. I'm glad I'm done with him. And she's like moving on with her life. But I was going to say this. You know what this reminds me of?
What?
You know that guy, I think his name is Derek Jackson, who he made a living off of giving relationship advice to people.
Oh, God.
And,
Why look like the same body type, though? Stop.
They do. They
could be
look
brothers.
similar. They look similar.
They could be
Okay,
brothers.
so Derek Jackson, he made a living off of giving people relationship advice and what you should do, what you should not do.
Man.
Kind of like judging other people. Like he kind of judged other people's relationships.
He judged them
Jada,
hard.
August, Will Smith thing. He made a video like really kind of judging their whole choice of being in a life partnership.
Absolutely.
I didn't like when I saw that video he made. I kind of, it left a sour taste in my mouth. I was like,
Yeah.
I don't like this dude. But so what he did when he got caught cheating. Okay, this is a self-proclaimed relationship expert. What does he do? He makes a video, turns around and starts talking in third person about himself with his wife, and basically giving a bunch of different reasons and excuses as to not excusing why he cheated, but then kind of like excusing it and like being all, I'm gonna get help from it, and then try to turn around and make money off that. So it just sounds like a similar thing. They basically feel, these two guys, they feel that any press is good press. They don't
Exactly.
feel like there's any such thing as bad press, which a lot of people sometimes would argue.
Yeah.
However, other people think it lacks integrity. So I feel like it definitely lacks integrity, but there are people, what's integrity? They don't care.
They don't care.
Like you said, it's about, at the end of the day, am I getting popular off of this? Am I getting likes? Am I getting follows? And therefore that translates into possible money.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter.
So
they ride the wave.
They do. And I had one time in my life where I got a bunch of likes. Remember that time? Or views from that reel I made with this marketing thing.
Okay.
And I got a bunch of views. And that was the first time a bunch of people saw my stuff. And I was like, yo, I'm going to feel incredible. I'm going to start floating above the world. I'm going to start looking at myself from third person.
Stop.
And like, wow, you have transcended because a lot of people saw your shit. And then when I'm like, it's just a different number on the screen, I don't feel any different.
Wow.
So, yeah.
That's deep.
Because I'm like, I go to a celebrity's page and the screen looks the same. They just have a bigger number under their likes.
Yeah.
And that's it. So I was like, I'm literally just trying to make my number bigger.
Yeah.
Then if I'm just trying to make my number bigger, then there's no rhyme or reason to that. So I'm trying to do something that there's no direct path to. So then I'm always frustrated.
That you just don't get fulfillment from. Like you said, when you actually started to get a few more likes than usual, you thought you would feel different, but you didn't. So that right there lets you know the thing that you may have been chasing after does not gratify your soul.
It doesn't.
So
it doesn't. Because if he was gratified by the likes that he bought, then he wouldn't feel the need to steal from people still.
Dang.
But he wasn't satisfied with those likes.
He needed more, so he felt like, now I got to steal so I can get more.
Yeah.
Dang.
Because if you're looking for something that's always able to be changed, then you'll never be comfortable in it. Because as soon as you get what you thought you wanted, it will change. Because his first thing was like, I want 100,000 likes. Then he got 100,000 likes. Well, I want 200,000 now. You know what I'm saying?
You better preach this Sunday.
So, also, it is Sunday, everyone. I don't know if y'all know when we record, but sometimes we record on an actual Sunday. So, welcome to the Sunday recording.
That was really deep. Well, that concludes Fraud Bay, I guess. I guess the moral of the story is, don't let people who lose their wallets use your card to buy the drinks. You say, my brother, you got to get your own.
Or you get off your pretty buns and you take your stilettos over to that bar yourself and you buy the drinks for the people.
But you know what though? I don't want to make it sound like we're blaming her, because the thing is,
No, I'm not blaming her at all.
I know, right? You're not, but I just realized I'm like, in saying that, it kind of sounds like it's just a lesson learned, I guess.
Well, when I
for
say
anyone,
I'm saying trust.
I know you're not blaming her.
Yeah, I'm saying trust, because she felt a little whatever before. So trust.
No, she said she had no reason to distrust him at this point.
Oh, you're right.
So she's just like, oh,
this is why we had the elephant
he
here,
lost his
because
wallet.
the elephant knows the story.
I'm the elephant, you guys. I remember everything.
The elephant knows the story.
I remember everything. Okay.
So yes, you are correct. Yes.
Yeah. So she had no reason to distrust. So I guess it's like, for women or men, anyone who's dating, I would say you really gotta know the person. Like, know them a little longer before you start to trust them with things like paying for things with your card, PIN numbers, your PIN to your cell phone. Don't press that remember my password on the laptop when you log into Facebook on their laptop, because you don't know them that well, and they may start logging in on your account. True story. I'll share that later. Somebody did that to me.
Another real story.
Somebody did that. Another real story.
Oh my God.
So that's it. I think let's get into the show.
And welcome back to Brownie Sunday. I am
Yes.
Jay Baby. No, I'm Ellie.
Oh my
I used to call
gosh.
myself Jay Baby. That was a weird time. Anyway, more
I
on
think
that
I,
later.
I feel like I called you that just like, because it just came to mind. You know what I mean? It just works. It just flows. J baby.
It's in my face.
You know.
Is it my
People
baby
call me
face?
Coco.
You like that or no?
Yeah, I like that.
You do?
Wait, why you say it like I shouldn't like it? You said it like you like that. Like you said it like
Because before
you tolerate
time,
that. That's the way you said
because
it.
before time you didn't like it. You've changed.
I didn't.
No, you did
When
not.
did I not like it?
The last time we talked about it,
No.
I distinctly remember you not
Maybe.
liking it.
Okay. I don't remember that time, but whatever.
You probably remember what we had to drink though.
Alternative facts.
No.
You know these.
Alternative memories.
Anyway.
Why am I helping you
Oh.
diss me? That makes no sense. This is what happens when you're wrapped around a finger.
Oh my
You
gosh.
get to where you just do it yourself. Don't even need a prompt or a guide. You just diss yourself. So, welcome everyone to
that was hilarious.
the show.
Welcome to the show. We have a great episode in store for you. Today's episode is going to require some focus because the movie is Focus.
Wow. Everything in
I'm
me
gonna
was
try to do
like,
that.
please don't do that. I feel like
But
she's
then
gonna
you
do
want
it.
it. You want
But
it.
then you,
It's
yeah.
a payoff.
But then when you don't have it, you kind of miss it.
Yeah,
so I
I know.
guess
I'm gonna try to do that every time now. I'm gonna
should.
try to work it in, just like they do
on
in
the
the
spot
movies.
though. You got to be on the spot because that's when it's fun.
Yeah, of course.
Don't come
of
up with
course.
it before.
No,
Yeah,
not
yeah.
at all. No.
Yeah.
So this episode's about Focus. Just a little, a little heads up info. Jalen and I watch this movie like every 3 months?
Somewhere in there.
We just put
Sometimes
it
two.
on. Yeah.
Sometimes
For
a week.
some reason, we're just drawn to this movie, and we sometimes we watch it just to laugh. Sometimes we watch it and we get like real deep. We'll be like, what? We discover things. I feel like every time we watched it, we discover something new.
Literally every time.
And if we have, partaketh in some herb or some libation, then
Libations.
we will
Are we
really
on the bayou?
enjoy it.
Where are we? I ain't heard libations in so long.
No, I know. I had to dig deep into my
You
brain to
brought
come
that
out with that one.
one.
I was like,
Woo.
I was like, what is that word again? I gotta. Oh, there it is, libation.
Stay in school, kids.
Then it's even more fun to watch. I mean, I don't know why. It's just it's one of our faves. So for those of you who haven't seen it, a little brief synopsis. Starts off with Will Smith, and he calls in and gets a dinner reservation.
I just had this inkling to just call him Willard. I don't know why. It was the
No.
most random thing. Anyway, continue. I was like, Willard. Go ahead.
Willard. Will Smith. He calls in. He gets a reservation under like a fake name or whatever to this nice restaurant because they don't have any reservations available. So he's got to do what he's got to do. So he calls in. He goes. He's dining alone. Beautiful Margot Robbie walks over. She's been being harassed by a guy, and she's like to Will Smith, could you please pretend to be my boyfriend just so that this guy can leave me alone? And he goes, okay, whatever. They start to talking. They end up back at the room, the hotel room. And, in storms this guy saying that he's her husband and he wants all of Will Smith's money. And that's when Will Smith calls BS. And he's like, y'all are running game, okay? This is a scam. This is a con. I knew it when I saw Margot Robbie what she did, pickpocket a homeless man, which is wrong.
Was savage.
That is savage. You know what I mean? That just said a lot about her character at the top. So anyway, he's just like, you guys need to work on your act. He leaves. Margot Robbie, she gets dressed. She leaves. And then out of the shadows walks Will Smith.
Oh, God.
He's been waiting for her. And, they, again, start to talking, and she realizes, okay, he discloses, I think, that he's a con, too, you know? So she's like, I want to join your team. And, Will's like, I don't know, you have a lot to learn. So in the middle of the snow, right? He starts showing her these tricks, and this is our favorite scene to make fun of is because he goes, I touch you here, I steal from there.
God.
I touch you here, I steal from there. It's like he does this a few times, okay? Until she gets the point that he's good at what he does. He's good at pickpocketing. So, you know, she finds a way to find him again, and by of course stealing again, steals his wallet or something, and gets her way into the mix. So they're gonna pull this huge, like, basically a huge game on in New Orleans during this big Saints game that's happening. So there's hundreds of people involved in this operation, right, Jalen? Like it's like
Oh, yeah.
they have like a empty what is the
Warehouse?
warehouse where they got computers and tables set up, and they're just running all kinds of scams. They're going on Bourbon Street, pickpocketing right and left. Margot Robbie is shining. She's proving that she can do this. And so the whole thing goes well. They're like they're doing cons like gambles, like at casinos, ATMs,
machines.
stealing people's luggage, debit cards. I'm talking everything, watches, whatever. There's just a few different, several heists. They pull another heist that's a really big one, which we'll go into more detail later. But after this heist, it's like amazing. Adrenaline is rushing. And also, by the way, they have slept together at this point. Okay,
Yeah, because
obviously.
you're not going to be in a movie with Will Smith
Exactly.
and not get slept with. That's how this happens.
You're not gonna be running cons with Will Smith and not. You know what I'm saying?
That's
It's
true.
like you a real life. Margot.
You said, oh, he a real life con?
I'm saying
Wait.
if he was in real life,
Oh, okay.
he looked like Will Smith, and you
That's a good
in
point.
that game, you're not gonna be like, I'm
good
not
point.
gonna sleep with him, right?
That's a
But
good
Margot,
point.
same thing.
That's a good thing.
So anyway, everything's great. They've bonded, and then he just gives her portion of the cash, and tells the driver to take her to the airport, and gets out the limo and walks away. And she's just like so confused, and she's just also heartbroken because she just really opened up to him. They seem to have a great time, and then that's it. 3 years later, they're in Brazil. Now Will Smith is running an even bigger con. It's like at a racetrack with a race car driver. And guess what happens at a party? Out walks Margot Robbie wearing an amazing red dress. And she walks right up to the guy that Will Smith is supposed to be running game on. And she kisses him. So now Will Smith sees the woman he left behind looking great, okay? And she's with that guy. So he's not thinking straight. He starts kind of messing up, He's just kind of making little mistakes, going a little too far with his little whole act or whatever. And then things get a little hairy. So I feel like that's a good little synopsis I just did.
Yeah, that's it.
Things get intense. Things go crazy from
I
there.
almost said south of the border, but they're nowhere near Mexico.
Yeah.
So I don't know why that came to mind.
And you know what? Yeah. And I just thought of that, when people say things go south, people just say south, right? Or do they say south of the border?
Well, they say both.
Oh, okay, because I was like, if things go south of the border and they're saying that it's bad, I'm like, that's messed up. That's like saying everything bad happens south of the border.
Well, it's the same thing with south. It's the same thing.
Oh, you're right.
Well,
I feel they meant south like it goes to hell or something.
Well, what if you live in the south?
That is true. That is true. You're like,
Everything bad
everything
goes
bad,
right to you?
It's bad in the south. That's true. But okay, so initial thoughts. So which scene do we want to talk about first?
All of it? No, I'm kidding.
Okay.
Let's see. My fifth sin will probably be when the big score at the beginning. We're toward the beginning.
Yes.
With at the football game.
Yes.
I think that's my favorite scene. First of all, the actor is bomb. Shout out to B.D. Wong. He is a goat.
Yeah,
that no
he's
one
amazing.
talks enough about.
Yeah.
His performance was incredible. So, in the scene, they are going to take down the big score at the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
So, they are in this exclusive I wanted to say executive and exclusive. It didn't flow. Exclusive executive thing. And it's
Like
sweet.
one of those sweet, yeah.
Sweet.
Oh,
And
it was a box.
box,
right?
yeah.
Oh,
It was a
sky
box. It was a box, yeah.
Yeah.
With a gambling table in it. I was like,
It was a high rollers like box, you know.
so why are you not here to watch the game?
No, they not there to watch the game.
Why
Well,
is-
not really.
Does anyone go to any event for the event
Have
anymore?
you ever been to one in one of those boxes?
One time.
One time? Okay. Were you watching? Was it for a game or a concert?
It was a game.
Were you watching the game?
Absolutely.
Oh,
With
you were.
With my plate.
Okay, so maybe it's different.
Boop. It was a playoff game.
Okay, then it's different.
LeBron James was on the court. I could see his face.
Well, some people aren't. Maybe, you know, I guess it's just, that's the thing. When you have that much money,
You can go to
they're
all of
giving
them.
you options. So, like,
Yeah.
you don't want to watch the game, you do want to watch the game, you could do both. Like, you know, you can go gamble in the meantime, or, you know.
Yeah.
I remember being in one myself for that Justin Timberlake concert I told you about.
Mm-hmm.
And I was watching the concert, obviously, for sure. But I was also eating a lot. I was
Oh, me too.
taking full advantage of the food.
I had way too much to eat. I just remembered I went twice. I've gone twice.
I just realized I've been twice, too, for an actual game. Like,
Oh, yeah? I went for a game. I went for 2 games.
yeah.
2 games. I ate way too much before one time when I was big mad. They had these ribs, and they
always have good food in those boxes.
They have
at the
to.
box.
Because if not, I'm rich, I'm leaving. I'm not going to sit here and eat if I could buy something else. Mm-hmm. It don't make no sense.
At the Justin Timberlake concert, they had Garrett's popcorn.
Oh, damn.
They had Garrett's.
big
It was like
serious.
in
They was
little. It was like in the
big
perfect
serious.
size bag, like not like the little, you know, little popcorn bags when you get like.
Yeah.
It's like a little sleeve, and it's
Uh-huh.
like okay.
He's asleep.
No, it was like in a nice, chunky bag, and it was mixed. It was. They
Ooh.
knew to get the mix. They got the cheddar and they got the caramel. And for
That
you
is one
all
thing-
who don't know about
Oh,
Chicago,
yeah. Talk about that a little more.
I'm
Elaborate
from
on
Chicago,
that.
like Garrett's is
on the
like the
Garrett's.
best popcorn in the world. I remember leaving ballet class sometimes, and my mom, because it was nearby, like going to the train, we would pass, and sometimes every now and then we would get Garrett's. And now I just realized we need to order some
We do.
and get some.
We do.
But anyway, you were gonna say something about the food and stuff in the box.
I just gorged. I ate way too much before and after, and I was sick the next day.
Oh no, that's what happens. But it was worth it. No, I'm just
Oh,
kidding.
it was totally worth it.
was worth it.
It was absolutely worth it.
Oh
I
my
would do it
gosh.
again, but better.
But so about the scene.
Yeah, back to the
thing
scene.
about the scene. No, it's okay. This is what this is about. We're gonna talk about other things.
Yeah, we always do.
In the scene, so basically they had gotten all this money from, like I said, and all this jewelry and everything from running the whole scheme all through New Orleans during this whole weekend. So when it came down to it, they gave Will Smith the money, and they were like, "Hey, don't spend it on ponies or horses." You know, basically like gambling, I guess, right?
Okay, can we talk about wait, quick pause?
But
So before in this episode, you talked about all the different things they stole,
yeah.
right? And I know they were supposed to sell everything, which makes
Yeah.
sense. However, they sold everything the day they stole it?
No, so I think this was all the cash and stuff. So all the jewelry and everything, all that stuff, and all those other things, I think was still. No, wait, you're right.
They
Hold
sold
up. That was all the
everything.
money, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Because everybody had a piece, so they were giving him all the money to keep
Because
safe.
they said like 1 point some million.
Dang. Yeah, I guess they worked that good. So that's smart though, actually. If you think about it, because some of those items have not been reported stolen yet. So it's not gonna get flagged on like eBay or different sites. So that's why they gotta sell it right away. And they probably give really good prices. Like
Rates.
they don't make things too expensive. Yeah, that's probably
yeah.
it. But yeah, they basically got all the money. Will Smith takes it. Him and Margot go to the game. They start betting on things and, betting like, I bet you, $1, I bet you $10 that guy is going to be too drunk to stand up, having a little fun. And all of a sudden, what's the guy's name?
BD Wong.
Benny Wong. So we'll call him
BD
BD
Wong.
Wong. We'll call him BD?
Yeah, BD.
Okay. So BD, he's like a wealthy, businessman or something. He's definitely a gambler. He sees what's going on. And he's like, I want in on the action. And then from there, they start to bet with him. But Will Smith keeps losing.
Over and over and over.
Over and over until they lose all the money.
Yeah.
That's millions of dollars. Hey, Small. That's millions of dollars, or like 1 point something million. That's everybody's money. Margot's pissed because she's like, that's my money too. I worked for that. So finally it comes down to Will Smith's like double or nothing, right? Mm-hmm. He says, I will let you pick any player off of the field and Margot will guess that player's jersey number. Now that sounds crazy. What would you do? I'm gonna tell you what I would do. I would leave. I'd be like, I'm done. You're crazy.
Yeah. If I'm on the other end, like the guy's, he's saying this to me.
Like, yeah, I'm saying this to you.
Oh.
I'm like, you have to guess the number, and all the money's going. I'm just like, just go with it. She wanted to leave. She kept trying to leave. She was like,
I honestly, I would have. I don't know. I probably would have stayed. Unfortunately.
okay, I'm lying. I think I would have stayed.
I would have stayed.
Because I put you in the place of Will Smith. I'm like, I'm going to stay.
Yeah, because I was like, if he has
a chance to win the money back.
I don't even think about the chance. I was like, he has a problem.
He does. He has a problem.
So I at least got to make sure he don't drink too much while he doing this.
Or get like jumped. Because remember security started trying to get all grabbing her.
So it's like, it wasn't even about the money at that point. It's just, this man may not make it home.
You saw Will Smith was like, tell your security to get their hands off of her. Like, he said that with real authority.
Remember when he clapped back at that one journalist or something? He like hit some journalist.
Some journalists tried to do something or kiss
touch his
him
face or something like that. He was like,
yeah, you saw the reflex come out. And it was like, that's when the world learned, if they didn't know already, don't mess with Will Smith.
Yeah, Will Smith is still a strong man.
Yeah.
He may be pretty in the face, but he'll hit you in the face.
But you saw that come out. I was like, he's still from West Philadelphia, born and raised.
Exactly.
For real. So
there's a reason why he got in a fight on the opening. It's because he didn't run away.
That's true. That's true.
There's a reason why
I didn't think about
fight.
that.
And then the fight was so bad he had to move.
Oh my gosh. To the West Coast. Dang, those gang ties were deep. They had to move you to the West Coast.
Deep, because they was going to find you.
Okay, so yeah, basically he's like, Margot, like, look out there with the binoculars. You pick the number, and we're going to try to win this money back. And trust that this guy is not going to change his number, because they didn't even make him write it down, remember?
Which was dumb.
He's like, do you want me to write it down? He's like, nah.
The first thing I would have did was had him write it down.
Yeah.
Because it's $1.5 million. I don't care how much money I got.
Exactly.
Also, this time when I watched it, the millionth time we've watched it, I thought, I was like, how much money does this man have? The guy that he's betting with. Because he's like, okay, 1.5. Okay. Just like tossing it in the trash.
And he just happened to have
at the game
on him. Like, he's going around with just just millions of dollars in bags. For what reason? And
bodies.
As we found, bodies.
That's the first thing I thought of was bodies.
That's why you got to have real security like he had, because
absolutely,
once they know you got that money, or they see you like, the way he was rolling. But you know what is crazy is like, okay, so after all that, you think that's insane and impossible. And I'm thinking, like, this is when Will Smith's character and Margot get kidnapped because they don't have the rest of the money, right? She looks in her binoculars and looks out on the field and sees none other than Farhad, the Persian guy who was like in on the whole thing from the beginning. He was in on all the little scams they were running in New Orleans. He became friends with Margot, since she was new to the team.
Opened
made her
up
feel
a
welcome.
gravy business.
Yeah, he financed his own line of gravies. He had that cool entrepreneur. Jalen, has the same personal style as Farhad. Have you ever watched that?
Yeah.
They're both wearing cravats and glasses now.
Everyone, I'm going to put a video up. I'm putting it out there now. I'm putting it out there on how to tie a cravat.
You should.
Because I still don't know.
So I should probably learn if I'm gonna be
Yeah,
karate.
should. But
Yes.
you and Farhad, very stylish. But yeah, Farhad is out there wearing a number 55. And she's like,
Yes.
what? What is this? What is he doing? But she don't, she doesn't, what, she don't let on. I give that to her. She didn't let on. They're like, hold up, I know this dude. So she says 55. And you think that the guy is like, hell no, that's not it. He goes like, no fucking way. You guessed it. She guessed it right. And it turns out they had been subliminally feeding this man the number 55 since the moment he landed in New Orleans. We find out the hooker they sent to his room had a tramp stamp that had the number 55. Then they were playing that song, The Woos, and Woo is like the number 5.
Is it Symphony for the Devil? I think?
Symphony for the Devil, right. And I think the group is called, isn't it called The Woos? No, they were saying woo woo in the song.
I think that's the Rolling Stones.
Oh, okay.
I think. I'm not sure though.
But yeah, the song is called Symphony for the Devil. And it says woo, and woo is the number 5. In what language was it? I don't
think
remember.
it was Chinese.
Yeah, I think it was like Cantonese or whatever, Mandarin. I think
Wow.
it's Cantonese. Yeah.
I think it was Chinese. Yeah.
And that's what he's been listening to, and it's saying the number 5, and he's seeing the number 5 in like all these other things, like things on the wall. He's subliminally seeing 5 all the time. So when he sees 55, being a superstitious man, I guess, and a gambler, he's a big gambler, he picks 55. So this whole thing was hinged on hoping that this man went with what he was subconsciously getting, which is advertising.
Exactly.
They were advertising to him the whole time.
Yes.
That's a lot at stake
It
to
is.
hope that works. They're all crazy.
They are
That's fine.
crazy.
But you gotta be crazy to be in that lifestyle.
Yeah. So would you ever thieve for thievy's sake? Like get in there and start
BB steak?
to
Just for the fun of it? Is that what you're saying?
take the money? No, I'm saying in an alternate life, alternate universe, if you could just be like fucking horrible, if you could be a horrible person, and just pick a horrible person that you were, would you pick to steal? Is the question.
I would pick to steal in the advertising sense. Then yes, no, not like just stealing. I feel like advertisers, like, it's the same thing. Like, they're not stealing, but they're like,
They are stealing.
okay, fine.
They're
Then
stealing your
stealing.
soul from
They're
inside
stealing
of
your
you.
soul, then.
Inside
they're not
of
stealing
you.
your dollars. Like, they're stealing your soul. They're stealing your thoughts and telling you to get these things, and they know how to do it very well, and then you're spending your money on it. Wait, it's just kind of like what the whole Facebook thing. Remember how Cambridge Analytica, they found out that, like, basically people were being swayed
Yep.
based on those quizzes.
Yep.
All those quizzes that you all were taking.
Having so much fun.
Then, like, what bridesmaid are you? What kind of bridesmaid are you?
You know everybody's favorite pickle
What
now.
season are you? What's your favorite? Which Sex and the City character are you?
My God.
All these fun quizzes were like, oh my gosh, they're so fun. They're addictive. You find out Facebook is collecting all that stuff, like, to find out exactly who you are, so they can.
I want to plug that
Market
movie
to
because it's
you.
good. I know it's crazy to plug a movie in a movie, but I do
what is
want
it
to
called? I
say it.
forget.
It's called like that's why I can't plug it if I don't know it. So
You look that up. I'm gonna
next
keep
time,
talking about
next time I plug, I guess. Nah,
You
I
can
don't
find
even-
it. You can find it. Just type in Cambridge Analytica documentary Netflix. I'll give you my phone so that people can know.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's like, I mean, yeah, I would get into advertising. But
The
no,
Great Hack, and then it came
The
back.
Great Hack.
That's the name of it.
I would get into advertising in another life. Sure, why not? Be wealthy. Yeah. Another time around, just be like whatever. But no, I wouldn't thieve because it's too risky. You know what I mean? Most thieves end up in prison.
jail.
And also, I love the fact though that even though they were stealing from people, hey, it's wrong. They did say, remember, no stealing from the homeless or the elderly or the disabled. Remember?
Yeah.
Because
well, Margot did
was,
this.
right. No, they had to teach her because she was just out here stealing from anybody.
Okay. Also, this.
She had no moral code among thieves.
Why would you assume a homeless man's wallet has anything that you want in it? Anyway. That was what I was thinking.
Yeah, that's true.
Because
it's like,
he's
you have
homeless
more
for a
than that
reason.
homeless man.
he's homeless for a reason. Not like he got $1,000 in his wallet, but he's homeless.
It's like even if you have $1 in your wallet and like that homeless person has two, you still have more money because you most likely have a job or you also have a place to live.
Exactly.
So you still have more.
You
even
have
if you have
the
nothing
home
in your
worth.
wallet. Yeah, exactly. Even if you have nothing in your wallet and they have $3 that someone gave them, you still have more. So that's just messed up. Like, yeah, that just shows she was just out here being just reckless and wild. Remember he was like, you what do you call it? It was a bum lift. Like too, like the way you she just wasn't very good at pickpocketing, I think, right? She just
She's
wasn't
horrible.
as smooth. And he was like smooth, so that's why he showed her the little like, here you go. I touch you here, I steal from there.
It makes me think like, okay. So movies are powerful, obviously. They make people do crazy things and inspire like revolutions and all kind of stuff, right? So why do we have movies that like teach you how to do horrible things? It's like hearing behind the scenes of how they did this terrible thing. So now you know how also to do the terrible thing if you want.
I guess the choice is up to you whether you do the terrible thing or not.
It just cracks me up. It just cracks me up.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Because they had to have a movie about everybody stealing.
Hey,
And
maybe this might
it.
help somebody out there, who is homeless to rise on up.
Oh, God. Well, if they homeless, how they gonna see the movie? Is there screenings somewhere? You gonna screen it?
When somebody starts going around and like buying remember the little things you can watch movies on? It was like a little portable thing.
Video Nows? That's what
Yeah,
that's called,
it's like a little portable thing
Yeah.
with focus already pre.
Stop.
It starts giving those to homeless
Stop.
people like, here, help yourself. Help us find out how
God.
to swindle your way up. And then you could go straight. You could go clean then. Once you get a little bit of money, maybe, go get a job. But to get out of this, you're going to need a cons of people.
God. Why is it they never can really go clean? They never can really go clean.
Because it's too easy. It's like you're getting money so fast. You don't have to go into a job and answer to anybody. You don't have to like try to build something.
But also you have horrible night sweats because you're scared.
Exactly. But that's the trade-off. Horrible night sweats, but you got, you making money quick. It's like,
He got all the
some people
sheets.
like to live on the edge, too.
He got all the
They
sheets.
like to
Go to
feel
a theme park.
I know. That's what we would do. But some people, they love the rush. They're like, oh my gosh, will I go down today?
Yes. I did want to talk about the father-son dynamic in this movie.
Okay, and then I want to talk about when he left. So
Okay. This father-son dynamic in this movie was very weird. First of all. So, a little bit about that. We found out later in the movie that this guy that's working with the racetrack guy, correct? Yeah, he's working with the person that's...
He was Rico Suave.
Rico Suave. Thank you.
He was like very, like, he was like...
Yes, that is perfect.
Latin and,
that
like,
is
sexy
awesome.
And, like,
Rico Suave,
svelte.
who was Margot Robbie's a little love thing. This other man was working with them.
An older man.
An older man. Older gentleman.
Older white man.
Yes. So later in the movie, we find out that this white man is supposed to be Will Smith's daddy. So first of all, okay, they could have got a beige guy or something, a little something. I mean,
he could have a white daddy.
I mean, I know, I 100% know.
He totally could.
And it was only because they're like, well, what'll really get him if he's white. They'll never see it coming.
Never. And that's why it's the perfect duo because no one's ever
yeah.
gonna think like, oh, this is his dad.
It is. You find out he's a rando. He got adopted. It's a whole other thing.
Got adopted.
So throughout the movie, when they kind of interact, because Will Smith is doing this deal with his Rico Suave guy, he kind of follows him really weirdly to me throughout the movie. He's always like, no, I'm downplaying him like this. And he talks just like this. He's got this voice, just like that.
He's very stern.
Stupid stern.
Yeah.
And it feels like he's now the gig isn't fun no more. Now daddy's on the gig and everybody ain't having fun.
And you could feel that.
He looked at, remember when he walked in his hotel room and looked at his bed like, what, this shit ain't made? Like,
right. Will Smith and Margot had just had a nice little evening together in this beautiful hotel room.
oh my God.
And then the knock on the door is the daddy. You don't know he's his dad at this point yet.
At this point,
but
yeah.
he comes in and he obviously Margot hides because Will Smith tells her like, you gotta hide. Right?
Yeah.
And then in comes the dad and he looks at the bed and sees he's like, first of all, he's like, you not up yet?
Okay.
And it's like,
quick pause. I hate how the people who are older than us try to do that to us. We did not grow up with 4 a.m., okay? We didn't grow up with the roosters waking us up on the farm. I'm sorry. Thank you. Because the only reason that didn't happen is because of things that you did. However, it did not happen to us.
that's true.
So this whole oh, what, you ain't up at 4? What, you ain't had breakfast made yet?
Right.
What, you didn't go get the eggs from the back?
Stop.
No, I didn't.
The back. Not from the back.
No, I did not get the eggs. So I don't like that, time shame.
Yeah.
I'm gonna call it time shame.
It's true though, but it's like, honestly, parents do that. Like,
they do.
It's like, oh, you not up yet? It's like, what? But older
My
people
bodies are growing. I need more sleep. I'm growing.
Older people just tend to wake up earlier and they pride themselves.
And that's fine.
No, but I'm saying though, it's like they act like they wasn't our age
I know.
at one point.
They really
working
do.
2 and 3 and 4 jobs. And also just staying up late because you want to. Just staying up late, enjoying the night. Because that's when you come alive. You come alive at night. And it's like, they act like they weren't also young. They're like, what, you still up? And watch. We gonna be, you know what? When I say that, I'm just gonna go, oh God. Oh God. It's official.
No.
I'm old.
I don't
if
think
I say that to our kids.
I don't see you saying that because why?
Right, I'm a night owl.
Why?
Right. Because my dad
Why would you be like, hey,
that.
you having fun? Stop that.
You living a life.
Smells like fun. Shut it down.
You had such a good time last night that you sleeping in late? Shut it down, right? My dad doesn't say that though
Exactly.
because he himself is a night owl, and my dad, I can call him almost at any time
Literally
of the night,
anytime.
and now we're a 2-hour difference. Before it was like we were in the same city. Now it's a 2-hour difference, and I call him. I'm like, oh dang, it's like 1 a.m. over there, but let me just, see if he's up, and he'd be like, buenas noches.
Yeah, exactly.
He'd be like ready to
So
talk.
I'm just watching CNN.
Yes. So he gets it. He wakes up when he feels like it's time
Yeah.
to start the day. So yeah.
Isn't that how we all should
My
have
mom
been
did.
anyway?
What about you?
Let's see.
Who would be the one? Was it both of your parents
Well,
to say you not up yet?
I was the one that was up usually.
Oh dang.
Not because just because I like doing stuff. I try to use my time as best I could when I was young, just because I just try to make
Look at you.
the best out of shit.
All responsible as a kid. You're like, I tried to make the most of each day and be as productive as I could.
Trying to get out of there.
I was not doing that.
I was
all.
looking at the Midwesternness of Michigan, and I just didn't want to be there anymore. So I was
You were like, let me make this time count.
I started running in the morning. I started working out. I was like, I have to get out of here.
Oh my God.
But it's never the people though, because I love the people in Michigan. I just felt like there was zero career opportunity for me, at all.
At such a young age.
Hey.
Oh gosh. And oh God, that's hilarious. And there's no aspirations for Motown anymore. If it was back in the day, you could be like, I'll get out of here. I'll become a singer.
I'll go right down the street to Detroit.
Right? To Motown Records. I'll give me a deal. I'll get out of here.
I'll give me a crate and I'll just sing in front. I'll just sing in
Okay,
front of the studio until they notice me.
That used to work back. Man, I wish that would still work.
You on CNN yourself the next day because
Right.
you done got drawn down on because you saying because there's a part you want because you really want to play Whitney Houston and you go to the play. You know what I'm saying? You can't. Everything has changed.
That's true.
Everything has changed and it's worse. So how about that?
But yeah, he was like an old school daddy, and he was just like, and then he said something like, some about you kids, this generation got a lazy Sunday feel to it. So I was like, wait, is it Sunday? And he's asking why he's not awake. I'm like, can this man rest? I mean,
Yes.
y'all, like, it just was weird. It was like, why? He's a grown, like, Will Smith is grown. It's
In
not
real
like it
life,
was
he's
Fresh
47
Prince
at the
grown.
time.
Yeah. It's not like it was Fresh Prince grown or he was even Independence Day grown. Where it's like, oh, but he's still kind of, he is grown. And this man is
Possible granddaddy approaching grown.
Right,
Getting
almost.
close.
So,
Himself. Wait, he almost, wait.
well, he's only 50.
A pre-granddaddy and a granddaddy. What a granddaddy coming at the pre-granddaddy.
But
Because
that's just how that just lets you know that, like, again, you could tell, that there was just a very, like, intense, there were a lot of expectations that Will Smith's character had to live up to just by that. Because there were other times, remember, when he would say things too, like, oh, you knew that his dad had named him Mello, because his nickname was Mello. And it turned out, it wasn't because he was chill, which you think it was. It was because his dad was like, you're soft. You're
Yeah.
soft. So he calls him Mello from Marshmallow. So anybody who's like that is going to be like, why are you not awake yet when you just chilling, on a regular day? And there was another time when Will Smith was telling Margot, he said his dad told him, like, there's two types of people in this world. There's hammers and there's nails. Anybody who tells you that is like, they're just always, they're
By the
disciplined.
book?
They're very strict. They just don't waste. They don't want to waste any time. They feel like every moment's an opportunity to do something. They don't have chill. They can't chill. They have no chill, basically. So the dad had no chill.
Zero chill. Why do you think some parents are like that? I don't get it. Did you miss your time? So you're trying to make sure I gotta do my time and your time too?
I mean, I think, I don't know. Maybe it's just, like, again, I think it goes back to expectations, what they expect of their kid. And so in order to get those results, they're going to be a hard ass. I think that's what it comes down to.
Yeah. I always question where these expectations come from. Are they just
Maybe they're put on them by their own parents.
gotta be?
On themselves. They put it on themselves. Maybe they feel like, well, I did X, Y, and Z, so now you need to do X, Y, and Z. Or it could be the opposite. I didn't do X, Y, and Z, so now you got to do X, Y, and Z. It's like either way,
So I feel that, unfortunately, some parents won't let go of their children and let them have their own lives. Because they themselves
That's very true.
missed a lot of life because of the pressure pressed on them. So,
Just perpetuating it.
perpetuation. But why? Why?
But-
Break the cycle.
Oh my God. I just wanted to talk about the whole Will Smith leaving. Why every time I say his name, I say his full name? It's just like, you got to say his full name.
Yeah,
Anyway.
some people just gotta put respect. You can call him Will.
Yeah,
Y'all
exactly.
friends?
It's like, what?
Y'all had dinner
Anyway.
yesterday or something?
Oh my gosh. Will Smith, he left, when he left Margot after they pulled off the big
Oh, yeah.
little scam.
Yeah.
And she was in the back of the limo and they were just like celebrating. She couldn't believe it. They had the big old bag of money because now they had twice as much. So they had $3 million now, right? Or
Wow,
how much?
almost. It was $3 million.
They
That was
had-
the math.
okay.
I almost said something else. Good thing I did not speak first.
Oh my gosh.
I wouldn't
No, I
have
wasn't
known.
sure if it was like 1.5 or they had 1.9. I couldn't remember what
It was
amount.
you know
was
how
around there.
you know how movies do. It was a clean,
Clean
1.5,
1.5.
and then they got 3 now.
So you do the math and they double it.
Exactly. So you can be like, oh wait, 3? They got 3. You gotta keep it.
Right.
Now if it's 1.9, then it's.
Then I was like, carry the 1, put the 8 down.
And you know, if
9
you
plus 9.
I'm not carrying the ones.
It's hard to carry the 1s in the air.
It is.
It's like
In the air?
when you don't have a piece of paper where you got to do it like in your head and like write it out in the air. It's hard.
It's not.
But yeah, so when you saw the change in his face too, like after she was like, oh my gosh, I can't believe it. You saw him, he just suddenly like, he was really excited and happy. And then all of a sudden his face changed and he looked just really sad. And then he says, this is like the end of, this is where I leave you.
After the most
Driver,
awkward
take it
kiss
to the
ever.
airport. Yes. And then just gets out. And then the driver locks the doors. And
Peels off.
Peel takes her, and she's just bawling her eyes out.
It's not funny.
I-
It's sad.
I just
My laughing.
it's not funny. I felt for her because I'm
I
like,
did too.
she just got like the most money. She found her match. You know, she's stealing, he's stealing. You know, she's good looking, he's good looking. And they had a magical night together. That scene, it was steamy. It was like nice and, I mean, it wasn't like X-rated or anything.
No,
but it was
no.
enough to where you were like, okay.
Okay, they had that happened.
Yeah, you're like, oh.
They were in the room.
So, she has this great night. And it's like, then all of a sudden he just leaves and you're just left with like, oh, he's just like every other guy. Why do you think he left? Because everything was great. She was such an asset to them on Bourbon Street when she was stealing everybody's wallets. I just don't understand. Why? Tell me why you think. Why did he leave?
Because she was good. I think that's why. Because I think they did so well that too many people may see them as like a thing now.
And put them together now.
And put them together.
Known alliance. What is it now?
No
Alliances is like
aliases?
aliases is like your name. Accomplices.
Accomplices.
No, they always have known accomplices on file.
They do. So that's what he told himself. But
and
the
he
real
would have
reason,
to walk away from the game.
Yep, to be with her.
To be with her, because then they couldn't. Right, they couldn't continue to do this.
Yeah. That's one theory. And I think that's what he told himself.
And he
But
did say something like that. Go ahead.
I think the real reason
What's
he
the
left
real
her
reason?
is because he knew that she would do anything to stay with him, which means giving up information if she got pinched.
Oh, if somebody threatens to
His life.
harm him, then she would give up whatever info
Yep.
to save him.
Because what happened at the end? Same thing.
Oh, damn.
Focus.
No, you did it. You did it so good. You did it so good. No, but that's a great point. And he did say, remember, she was like, so what do we do now? Like, is that it? And he said, oh, so you think now we just all go buy yachts and big houses and just like retire for the rest of our lives? He's like, no, we're in the volume business. I'm quoting it. How do I remember these lines?
Because we've seen
He's
the
like,
dream times.
He was like, we're in the volume business.
Because you're focused now. It is
I'm
in
in
you.
it. So it's just like they don't get enough money to just go like, or they don't, that's not the way it goes. It's like you can't live off that forever. You got to go out and steal some more. So you're right. It's like, if that's how it is and they can't just go off and retire with what they have, then they can't become an item where they're doing all these heists in different cities, because then, yeah, it's a done deal. You can easily, pinpoint them to any type of little big ring. Mm-hmm. What's it called? Is it called a ring that they do? It's called a ring.
Yeah,
it's called a ring.
I don't like ring. I always think of like, dark sex things.
Wait, what?
Ring.
Wait.
It's always
what?
like, it's like a pedophile ring or like, a ring
oh my
of
gosh.
like a sex trafficking ring.
Oh yeah, they do call it a ring.
That's what I'm saying.
But I guess a ring is just whenever you're like doing something illegal. So that's why they use ring.
I guess.
Fine, we'll call it heist. Okay.
Call it a heist.
I don't want to trigger you.
Yeah.
We'll call it
heist.
Okay. But yeah, like, so you're right. That would have been it.
Yeah.
But that was cold blooded though. It's like not to
was.
just to not even tell her and be like, look, so after this we gotta part ways. Because I guess he felt. He knew she was gonna find him. You're right, because remember in the very beginning when she found him the second time?
Yes.
And it was because it took her like 3 days. Like she found out, she tracked him down and somehow was able to still steal his wallet. You're right, he knew she was gonna find him.
But I think about this now. On the 12th watch. I now think.
On the 12th watch.
On the 12th watch. The reason that he said that she had a bum lift was to say that he let her steal.
Oh, damn.
The wallet.
Damn. You're right. He
and
let
was
her
waiting
steal it
for her
to see
at the Hyatt because he needed a baddie
to get
for
in
the
on
heist at the end.
Damn.
For the big one.
So, shit, they conning each other from the whole...
From the jump.
From the jump, because remember this. Okay, so when he used that famous chef's name to get the reservation at the restaurant.
That's his name.
Ashawole. He used the name, right? He got the reservation. She was at the bar. Guy was messing with her. She comes over to him and is like, can you just pretend you're my boyfriend for a while, right? Remember the fact that she was basically setting him up to get robbed. Why him? And remember you said, was it because she thought that he was that celebrity, that famous chef? Which means then what she does is she goes and she has an end to where she finds out how to look at who's on the reservation list for that evening.
Yep.
And what table. She figures out the table layout.
Yeah, we gotta find the deleted scenes. We gotta find the deleted scenes.
She figures out the table layout. She's like, all right, that's Brittany's section. All right, Brittany's section has table number. Blah, blah, blah. That's where the chef's at that table. And she like, whatever, little thing she does, she puts on her little thing, whatever, and her charm, and she can drop something and then bend down to pick it up, and she looks at the whole little restaurant layout, look at the reservations real quick, boom, that's where I need to go. Because she was positioned at the bar in a way to come over. So now I'm thinking from the jump, she was trying to con him, then he conned her, and she conned him, and he conned her, and she conned him, and he conned her.
And you know why? Because no one was focused.
No one.
If anyone had been focused this whole time, they kept losing it.
Every time they lost focus, something happened.
Something went down. Because also this, if she had that con already in the works, you don't want to make sure you con somebody that got the money.
But see, she thought he was a celebrity chef. She didn't
I know.
know.
That's what I'm saying. I'm further saying like your point is right.
Yeah.
Because you're not gonna con someone that ain't got no money. You're not gonna waste all this whole thing. Because think about this. She had to rent the room. That's money down the tubes now. Had to bite that. Had to bite the room. Had to bite the room.
And what if the guy at the bar was in? I think the guy at the bar was in on it now. No, he had to be. He had to. Think about it. How does she know? He's been observing her the whole time, seeing that guy hit on her, and be aggressive, just really drunk and aggressive. So when she comes over, it's not strange to him for her to go, yeah, can you just pretend to be my boyfriend? He's like,
yeah,
sure, because he's already seen that she's being
planted the
with.
seed.
So that guy was in on it, because you can't just hope let me find the drunkest guy here, hope that he's attracted to me, and also hope that he'll keep harassing me. That's a lot of variables.
It is.
Damn, this whole thing from the... And then wait. The very first thing Will Smith did was make the reservation onto that guy's name. Because when we called the first time and asked, they said we don't have any. He calls the next time. They're like,
on a different phone.
Chef, yes. Chef whatever. Sure. So the very first thing we see is already a con. Yes. Damn. Oh, God. See, this movie has so many... So I'm telling y'all, just watch this movie over and over again. You'll find different things.
Yes.
Every time. But okay, so I feel like there was one other thing that we wanted to talk about. That was interesting. Oh, the music for sure. The music in the movie was
bomb.
I loved it. I definitely want to go. Oh, actually, I wanted to say this. I actually know someone who was getting hit on by someone at the bar. There was another guy nearby. She turns to him, says, can you please pretend to be my boyfriend so this guy will leave me alone? Which is a very smart tactic if the other person isn't a creep. You gotta make sure the other person,
that's what I'm saying.
You can tell, you can tell.
That's true.
You just look and
I just worry it's like the boyfriend then worse. Right. You drop one again, 4.
Just stop. Now, first you make sure that other person doesn't seem like a creep. Then what she did, she asked him, please pretend to be my boyfriend. And from that, they ended up having a great conversation, ended up going on a few dates, ended up dating, and now they're married with a kid.
Wow.
So that actually happens, and it works. So ladies, hire someone.
Take that, Match.com.
Hire someone. Oh my God. What if there's an app that goes on a service
stop.
where they have people to pretend like they're hitting on you at a bar, and they'll pretend to be drunk, and it's all set up, and then whoever at the bar you may think oh, he's attractive. You pick whoever, and if they seem nice, you go and you say, please, can you just pretend to be my boyfriend to get this person off my back? And from there, relationships are formed.
Then the darkness in me thinks, but what if the dude is I want to be a valiant hero and goes and attacks the guy that's been harassing her? That's the
That's
thing.
also
That's the
a
one thing I worry
possibility.
about.
But that is an extra fee that is charged to the card
That's why
of the
we have
person using
insurance.
the service.
That's why
Oh my
everyone has
gosh.
insurance.
Okay, so here's what it was. I wanted to talk about how basically Will Smith got too greedy and sold the code to everybody.
He did.
Remember so the whole thing was he was supposed to get this code to make, like, I guess for the race cars to go faster or something from the engineer, and sell a fake version to his competitor so that they would basically lose. But Will Smith sold the real thing to not only the competitor, but a bunch of other race car like drivers or teams owners. And that's how he got burned. Because remember, they got the text and it was like, "You've been burned." And when he got the text, okay, so this was the test. So he had left her before, 3 years ago. This was the test. He has all this money. He's made money like hand over foot, right? Is it hand over foot, hand over fist? I don't know. I'll look it up later. He makes all this money and he has to leave. And Margot Robbie is supposed to be there at a certain time, but of course she's not. She said she's going to leave her dude. And he gets the text that says, "You're burned. Get out of town." And he sits there and he waits and waits and waits some more until finally she comes, and she's
Right when he was about to leave.
he opened the door. It's like she waited forever. She comes in. I feel like she was waiting outside that door for a minute, actually waiting to see when he would leave. And the fact that he waited so long, then she's like out there like, "Oh, I was right. I just made it." Exactly. I feel like she was out there.
That makes sense.
Which is messed up because now she doesn't even know he's burned. Now they're in danger.
Well, it's not messed up because what he did 3 years ago was worse.
That's true. You're right. You just reminded how quickly I forgot. So quick.
It's fine.
But that showed that he changed, and I guess he really wanted to be with her because remember, after the second time they meet, he kind of starts trying to prove himself to her, like, whatever you want, whatever you need, I'm ready to give it to you. It's not like a little healthy competition because he sees her with this other guy, and this other guy has money and power and all kinds of things. I think
Rico Suave.
his whole competitive nature
It's funny
started to come out.
Every time you bring up Rico Suave, your shoulders get active. You're like, Rico Suave. You always find a way to get the shoulders in there.
Jared's roast people.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, when you say Rico Suave, you gotta put it in there, But yeah, it's like the competitive side came out. Mm-hmm. And I guess let's talk about that. That would be like the last thing we talk about. Like, what do you think about guys? That really works.
Yeah,
I feel like it works with men more than women. Like, have you ever experienced that? Have you ever had someone that you were dating or used to date, and you see them with someone else, and some time has passed,
Yeah.
But for some reason, you want to compete with the other guy now to get her because you see her with him.
I've never done that before. I just feel I just wasn't. I don't like competition when it comes to people. Mm-hmm. I just don't like it because it's like, then you don't want me. So
you have to compete.
Exactly. So I don't believe in that. Because I've done it. I did it when I was younger, like in high school, mm-hmm. and I was just stressed all the time. And I'm like decoding messages. I'm like, what does this mean? But what does that mean? But what is she doing with him? But why is it with him? But why not with me? But she did that. I'm like,
and you constantly have to try to one up.
Yeah.
The person.
And then after that, I was like, nah. So if either you want me or you don't.
Well, did you end up getting the girl?
Yeah. Then it never worked out though. But
you won. So you were the one that won.
Most of the time.
You said most of the time.
Yeah, I was the one.
Most of the time.
I'm just a really nice guy.
Of course just listen to you. You're like, I don't like to do it, but I did it and I won every time. Of course you don't like to do it. Like, you've gotten it. You've gotten the girl every time. So it's just pointless. It's easy. You know what I'm saying? It was easy for you. So of course you don't like it.
That's true. I do like a challenge.
You said It's no challenge for you. Right. That's why you
Yeah.
don't like it. It was not a challenge.
That's true. Because a lot of other people, a lot of other men's, they're trash. So the bar wasn't that high.
You're like, so all I told her was that she looked very nice today, and I was nice to her.
Oh my God.
I carried her books.
Exactly. Every person I dated when I was younger, I just didn't kiss them on the first date for the most part. Almost never. And we went on actual dates. Like I would take them to a place to do a thing. And then that's why they always loved me. Because I was like, I planned. It wasn't
you
even
treated it with respect.
it wasn't even that crazy.
Romance.
It's like,
Yeah.
let's go out to dinner. And I'm on time.
Oh my God.
And I actually dressed nice. You know? So it wasn't, so like I said, that's why I say it was easy, because dudes are just, a lot of
You're
us
right.
are trash.
You're absolutely right.
A lot of us are
Thinking back to
trash.
sometimes I'm like, right, that guy didn't even want to pay? Like, what?
A lot of us are trash.
that-
Only with places I could afford. I never had that problem. Oh, I'm not gonna try to impress you with something I can't afford. Then I'm mad. Then you all like, oh yeah. But say I get some. I got some. But I had no money. So it's like, it wasn't even worth it at
my
the end of the
God.
day.
Yeah. I mean, no, go ahead, finish.
Because then I gotta eat again. That was it.
Right, now you have no money to eat. Because the guys don't never have a doggy bag.
Never.
The girls always, I used to make sure I got a doggy bag out of this meal.
I used to make sure I didn't. That was like one of my goals.
I was like gonna eat half, so I got some for tomorrow.
That's all we always talk about. I couldn't have been a woman. It wouldn't have been good for me. I would have taken way too much
gosh.
advantage of it.
Oh
I would
my
have gone
gosh.
everywhere, seeing everything. And wouldn't nobody ever get none, but they always thought they would. Always thought they would.
Always thought so. No, I did that once where I was competing.
Yeah.
One time, and I was like, I will never do this again. Because you're right. What ends up happening is because this person was a trash person, a trash man.
Trash man.
A trash bag of a man. It's just like, he's like, great, I have two women competing for me. So I'm definitely not choosing now. It wasn't like, where he's like, oh, yeah, I just realized I need to make up my mind and I choose you. Like make a decision. It's like, no, most people, especially men, are gonna take it for granted and be like, I got two girls fighting over me? I'm definitely gonna be like, I don't know, I'm still not sure yet. I'm still not sure because, this was actually the thing that actually sealed the deal for me and made me walk away. Was he told me, but she makes me feel special. She bought me shoes. I was
Are
like,
you fucking serious?
Yes.
Did he say,
he
wow.
said, she makes me feel special. She buys me things. She bought me some shoes.
Let me tell you the conversation what he had with himself before that. He said, oh, I got these shoes.
The shoes I want.
Wait. But my homie got a Gucci belt.
Stop.
I'm going to hit Corey up and be like, yo, if you love me, hit me with this Gucci belt.
I'm done. No, you see, and that's why it's always great to have a man's perspective, because I had never thought of that before, but you already know.
Because when you told me he had the shoes, I was like, he had to get the belt if he had the shoes.
Well, and then he was like, dang, I guess I got to get the other girl to buy me the belt after she bought me shoes, because that was it for me. When he said that, I remember I was like, I was done. I was like, are you kidding me right now? Like, she bought you shoes. I was like, is that supposed to make me want to get you stuff? You sound weak as fuck. Like, he sounded so baby shit. I'm like, you want a woman's, you're like, she bought me shoes. And this is the thing. He had never bought me anything.
Of course not.
Never even, I damn near had to tell him, like, other people are being taken out for Valentine's Day.
Oh.
And for birthdays.
Oh.
And you have not taken me. So do you have anything? Basically, it was like Valentine's Day was coming up. I was like, so do you have anything planned? Are you doing, like, what are you doing? Because we don't go out. Like, we were in college, but at the same time, you got money in college to take me to Fridays, okay?
Yeah.
You got some little money to go on little dates. And that's where we went to, like, Bennigan's on Michigan Ave in front of, like, what is it in front of Art Institute?
Yeah.
And the reason we went there, because his favorite sandwich was at Bennigan. So it wasn't even like he was like, oh, where do you want to, what kind of food do you like, Corey? Do you like Italian? Do you like Mexican? Where do you want to go? He's like, I ain't had that Monte Cristo in a while. He used to talk about that Monte Cristo, dip it in the raspberry jam.
Oh, God.
He used to talk about that sandwich so damn much. So that's the only reason he took me away. So when he said that, I was like, this is really trying to tell me that she buys some things so that I should get him things if I want to win his heart. Well, really, he should be like, what can I do for you for being such a piece of shit? So that was it. So that from that point on, I was like, I feel stupid for trying to compete, but it was like, it seemed fun because I'm a baddie, and so I believe in myself. It's like one of the things where you like, I believe in myself.
I can pull here. I can pull here real quick.
I could. And he was already mine to begin with, so let me try to get him back. I was like, nah, hell no, done. And that was it. That was it. So,
yeah.
But yeah, competition, it don't work for me.
Yeah.
So, you all, you can watch, we actually didn't say it at the top of the episode. We just said where you can watch it. Focus can be seen.
You can rent it on Vudu, Amazon Prime, and Apple TV Plus. Cool. I mean, not Apple TV Plus, just Apple TV. Excuse me. Catch the plus out.
So, I mean, that's it.
So, yeah.
Yeah. We're going to probably watch it again in a month or so.
Of course. So, there are going to be later in the podcast life, we will do a focus take 2.
A second look.
A second look.
Focus. A second look.
Yes. A second look.
You can follow us at Brownie Sunday Podcast. You all know the deal. At Corey Monroe.
And at Jalen Easton.
And that's it.
It's been wild and crazy. Keep focusing.